moving to our next question on types. What are the most common types of incentive compensation programs, and probably just incentive programs, not incentive compensation necessarily, and what are the typical use cases for each? And Courtney, I'll start with you just on what you've seen working with your clients and other contractors.
I think you have to break it up into functional groups, right? There's from the most easy to apply incentive program can happen in the field. Hey, we executed the project. We had 0 safety issues this month. Your crew all get a gift certificate for X. Right? Really simple, easy peasy, not hard to think about or execute, and it gets people focused on the right thing, for instance. All the way to field production incentive programs, which would have a safety component, which would have a customer value add component. How does what we do, if we meet our production budget, how does that impact us personally? How does it impact our customers? And how does it help our company grow? Every single person on the team can answer those questions. If they can't, then you need to back up a step and make sure that they can, right? Then there's the next layers in the organization from project management, project engineers, procurement, HR, all these types of things. The most common types of ways that companies look at that is they have to align where the company is going and look at each functional group and what are the behaviors that we need out of this group to support that vision. Hopefully that makes sense. So as you move through the company, and it's not the same in every company. In fact, it's not the same in any company. There's always variations from company to company. And that's why when Sue was talking about you really have to think through this, and she's right. It's not a boilerplate type of program, and it's different at some level for every single company. So the best advice that I think we could give you is when you're thinking about your incentive programs, create a framework so that you can work through them systematically. Sometimes that it's really helpful to have some outside objectivity looking at your company and the people and the processes and just assessing where you're at and helping you create that framework for building your incentive program. We find that that's really a functional approach to getting you where you want to go.
Excellent. Sue, anything to add to that one?
Yeah, really the only thing to add is that, and Courtney's right, there are many types, and going almost by department, by discipline makes a lot of sense. The biggest thing to me is that you really need to continue to communicate the program philosophy and not just the results of that program, right? Handing out checks or handing out things is great, but people tend to want to focus on that. And if you're not reiterating that company philosophy as to why this program exists, you can get away from the why pretty quickly. And you want to stay close to your why so that, again, it helps people tie what they are doing today to the company's mission, not just to their pocketbook.
Indeed. I want to echo that. It's critical. I mean, that is so critical. So if you have an incentive program that's working and a given employee gets some financial compensation from your incentive program, I would encourage you to ask them, why did you get that? How was it calculated? And who benefited besides you? You should be asking that of people on a regular basis, so much so that they get tired of hearing it. But you know what's going to happen? If you do that, pretty soon they're going to be talking to somebody else out there, and they will be well prepared to explain why your company is an awesome, wonderful place to work. If you explain the why over and over, not just the how much, it tends to it moves the needle on the culture of the company, and it communicates it outside your four walls.
Excellent point.